Warren Buffett, widely regarded as one of the great, maybe even the greatest investor of our times. But what people tend to forget is he's had a number of periods, actually four significant periods over the last 20 years, where his investment vehicle underperformed the market quite significantly. Of those four periods, the most prominent one was in the late 90s and early 2000s during the tech bubble. Warren Buffett at the time was not comfortable with tech companies and investing in those companies, and so he didn't do well in a market that was favoring technology stocks. But as we know, overall, his long-term track record is still outstanding, and he's been able to achieve that despite periods of underperformance in the interim. So taking the Warren Buffett example, I had a look at local fund managers who are managing what are known as general equity funds. And I did some analysis, and I ended up with basically 5 general equity funds that have outperformed over the last 15 years. So these are the top 5 equity funds in the market. And what I found is even these top performing funds have periods where they don't look very good. And actually, if you had to break down that 15-year period, I found that over a rolling 1-year period, the top performing funds only outperformed 53% of the time over a rolling 1-year period. So again, that goes back to the Warren Buffett example, is even in our local market, we have top performing managers that don't look very good over the short term. But as you extend that window to 3 and 5 years, the skill of the manager becomes more apparent. And actually over a rolling 5-year window, the success rate for the top performing funds increases to 82% of the time, i.e. they're outperforming over a 5-year window 80% of the time, or 80% of the 5-year periods. A lot of investors, when they're asked what they expect of their fund manager, they come up with the term they want consistent outperformance. And the point of my research is that's actually an unrealistic expectation, because even your top fund managers have bouts of what I call normal underperformance. And to have a realistic expectation, you should expect your fund manager to underperform from time to time, and you don't need to panic when that happens. Ideally, for a long-term investor, a retirement fund member, for example, if you're on the right course and you have the right strategy, stay on course with your strategy.